Hey guys, I am back with my 35-week update. Can't believe it's 35 weeks already. I'm going to be doing the update for week 34 and 33. There has been so much happening in the last 2 weeks, and I wanted to get this video up for this week. I am still going to do the video of the room tours, and I'm going to be doing that on the next video. I haven't had a chance to play with the camera that I want to use and see if it's going to be good quality or not. I am doing these videos just on my Mac, so I figured it'd be kind of tough to carry around my laptop everywhere. And so I haven't had a chance to play with that camera just yet. I've been doing a ton of stuff. I've still been really tired, so when I come home from work, all I want to do is sleep. So I'm going to dive right into what has been going on. I went to the doctor yesterday. That's kind of one of the main things that has happened to me this week, and I was not a happy camper. I went in, and so let me back up a little bit. On Saturday, I had my husband's 30th birthday / diaper party. As I have mentioned before, the baby is due June 28th, and Kevin's birthday is June 27th. So I decided to do his birthday party a whole month before, just in case something happened, and I am so glad I did, just because I am to the point where I'm so uncomfortable, and it's getting really hard to do a lot of things. I'm out of breath all the time. It's hard to carry stuff around. My feet get swollen so quickly now, just doing anything kind of remotely normal. So I am so glad I did it earlier. I didn't have any help, which was really tough, just because I was moving tables and chairs around. I was going to the grocery store and literally dragging up just bags of ice and having to set everything up and having to make sure food was set out. And I mean, it was a lot to do on that day. So he left the house around 11, and I started everything then. I had already started cleaning since like 9 in the morning, just to kind of start the process while he was at home, which it wouldn't ruin the surprise party since it was just me cleaning the house. He kind of just thought it was me nesting. So it's kind of funny because I just kept saying, oh my gosh, I really need to nest, and I'm nesting, and he just went along with it. So I cleaned the house, and then at 11, he took off with his friends to go golfing. I had set it all up to where they would take him golfing, and then they would bring him back and blindfold him, and then we would be in the backyard, and he would be really surprised. So that did happen. He was super surprised, had no idea it was really going on. His uncle did message him early in the day and said something about a surprise party. So he kind of put it together once they blindfolded him, but not a big deal. He was still surprised just because he didn't know what was really happening. He was really surprised to see some of the people that were here. His aunt and uncle from out of town came in, and one of his coworkers that he really hangs out with at work was here. I had reached out to one of the girls that I knew he worked with, and he was really surprised that he was here. They're really good friends at work, so it was cool to actually meet him and then have him here and have Kevin be really surprised by it. So it was really fun. We had so much fun. He had a blast. We ended up getting a ton of diapers. I think I counted them, and it was 17 boxes of like big, huge boxes of diapers. I did put on the invitation to bring a certain size, so that way we wouldn't get stuck with just all newborn or all 1s or 2s or 3s. So I got a couple newborn, I got some 1s, I got some 2s, and then we got some 3s. So we have different varieties of them, and they're just all in the living room because it's just big boxes of diapers that we got. So that was so awesome, so generous of our friends and family. And then we got a couple gifts just from people that couldn't make it to the bridal shower, the diaper or baby shower. So we got some presents from them, and it was just really cool to just have the whole family here. It was cool to have all of our friends here, just all together, having a good time. It was just, I provided burgers and beer, and I had the family bring a side so that way they could help me out because I wasn't going to make a bunch of sides. And on top of doing everything else, I would have been so out of my mind if that would have been the case. So luckily, they brought the sides and everything was great. It was a good turnout. We had so much fun. I was hurting though on Sunday. At the end of the night on Saturday, my feet were so swollen again. I just knew that I had overdone it again, but I was the only one doing it, so I really had no help besides Kevin's friend that brought over the tables and chairs for me. Nobody else had helped me with any of it, so I had to set up everything. At the end of the night, we had some friends that helped us clean and stuff, but throughout the whole night, I was taking care of everybody, hosting and doing all that stuff, so I really overdid it, and I just felt so terrible the next day. I have mentioned in my videos before that I have rheumatoid arthritis. So it's gone into remission since, I don't know, week 20, I want to say, and it's been fine. I haven't had to take any medication. I haven't felt terrible, but on Sunday, I felt so stiff. My feet were just swollen. I couldn't move my hands really. I had to take my rings off. My hands were just completely swollen. My feet were swollen, and it was just a terrible day. So we really didn't do anything on Sunday, and Kevin rubbed my feet so many times that day, just trying to get them to feel better, and it was terrible, but it was a fun party. I am glad Kevin had a good time. That was my whole intent for him, was just to have a day for him and a day for the baby, diaper shower and all that stuff, just because it was Kevin's 30th and I didn't want him to not have something just because we were going to be having the baby next month. And I wanted to do something special for him for his 30th, because 30 it's a big deal. So he had a lot of fun. So since then, my feet have been so swollen that they don't even look like my feet. It's disgusting. My ankles are so huge and they're just so swollen to the point where I'm almost not even able to fit into my flip-flops, and that's the only thing I can fit into. So it really sucks, just because even to like bend your toes, it hurts. Walking now, it really hurts, and I just feel so huge now. I feel just big and I like uncomfortable. And so now let's go back into me going to the doctor. So I went to the doctor yesterday and I got on the scale and I gained 8 pounds in 2 weeks. So, of course, nobody wants to hear that. I got really upset about it. I had a little bit of a breakdown in the office after the nurse left me and I was waiting for the doctor. I was texting Kevin, and he's not coming to these ones just because they weigh you and they check you real quick. They're not checking me just yet, like down there. They're just listening to the heartbeat, and that's basically it. And then I leave. It's like a 15-minute appointment. So he's not coming to those, but I was texting him and I told him, I just feel like such a fat butt, and I'm like, I just can't even deal with 8 pounds, another 8 pounds. That puts me up to 45 pounds gained altogether. And so I started just kind of crying and I felt terrible, and it was just a whirlwind of emotions, and it was not a good day yesterday. They did check my blood pressure and it was up from the last time I went in too. She said that that's kind of normal just because in these last couple weeks it goes up and down, up and down. So she's not so worried about that, but she is worried about how much my feet have swollen and how much water weight I'm like putting on right now. And she did say a lot of that weight is probably from being so swollen and having so much water retention, but it does not make me feel good. I mean, I don't care if it's water. I don't care. It's just, I feel terrible about myself right now. And I hate it. I'm like so sad by it. And I just hope that the next couple weeks aren't too bad. Um, Kevin was like, you haven't really been eating like crazy or anything like that. I mean, I indulge in stuff, but I try to be healthy most of the time. So it was just really, really upsetting to hear that. So outside of all of that, since it's so depressing, good news is that he is head down. So, woo! That was good news to hear. And I have kind of realized that he was head down. I wasn't sure though, just because I'm not a doctor. I don't know for sure. But I was telling Kevin that I felt like he was head down just because up at the top, I really, really feel like it's so bony almost. I told him, I was like, I feel like his knees are up at the top and then his feet are like in my ribs. So I was telling Kevin that before, and then when I went to the doctor yesterday, she said, yep, he's head down. I can feel his head down here, his booty right here, and just his feet in this general area. So she did say he's down, and he pretty much won't be flipping over again, is what she said. I had asked her if he would probably switch back over, and she said no. At this point, they usually don't have that much room to flip back over, so he should be staying head down, but they can still flip the opposite way to where it's just either his face is facing outward or it's facing inward. So he'll flip this way, but he won't flip this way, if that makes sense. So that was good to hear. And they did mention, I had asked her, Kevin wanted to know how much he weighed. And she said she didn't really 100% know, just because I'm not getting ultrasounds anymore. Past my 20-week mark, I stopped getting ultrasounds. I did get one more just because I was having some pain and they wanted to make sure everything was okay. And also, he wasn't moving as much. I had mentioned that in a couple of videos back, that I had a little bit of a scare. So that was the last ultrasound, and that's the last ultrasound I'll have throughout this whole time. We decided not to do like a 3D type of ultrasound, just because we have 3D photos from when I've gone to the doctor before, so I didn't feel a need to really pay an extra $200 to get ultrasound pictures just in 3D. I mean, I have a couple and I feel like that's more than enough. So anyways, we won't have another appointment or another ultrasound from here on out. So they won't be checking the size or anything like that. She just said that even when they do check it, it's still off by 1 or 2 pounds up or down. So she basically said, just guessing, she's thinking that he's about 4.5 to 5 pounds right now. She said that she doesn't think he's going to be like a 9-10 pound baby, but he's also not going to be like a 6-7 pound baby. So he's going to be about 7.5 to 8 pounds is what she's kind of guesstimating at, which is a pretty decent sized baby. I was 8 pounds, Kevin was 8 pounds, so I'm thinking he's going to be an 8-pound baby. With how much weight I've put on lately, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised. So that was what happened at the doctor. That was good news. And lately, I've just been feeling him really, really kicking. He'll get really like up onto my right side, and he'll just kick out so far that you can really see his foot coming out. And then he'll kind of push out this way, like sideways. So then my stomach kind of actually goes flat in the middle area, but you can see that he's just pushing out. My skin feels like it's so stretched right now that I don't have a lot more for it to stretch. It's getting really itchy and it's starting to hurt. I looked down at my belly button and I had it pierced before, and it is so red. Just that piercing area is red to where it looks like it's about to bleed. It's just crazy. I feel like my skin is just so stretched out, and I just have to like put that coconut oil that I had mentioned I have been using. It's from Kopari. It's just coconut oil, that's all it is. So I've been lathering myself up in that just in case. I know they say that stretch marks are from so far down under the skin that you really can't avoid them with just having like a lotion or a cream or anything on them. But if it could somewhat help, I'm still putting it on, and plus it really helps with that itching, because the itching is just, I just want to itch my stomach so bad. So I've been putting that stuff on and everything, and it's just been kind of crazy. Um, Other than that, he's just been moving around quite a bit. I have realized that he's kind of dropped just a tiny bit, not a lot, from what I think. I'll have to look at the videos and pictures that I've posted here recently. The last picture I posted on my Instagram, everybody was saying he was really high. So I'm going to do another picture, I don't think this week, but next week. I do it every 2 weeks, so I'll be doing that picture again and just seeing the difference between 2 weeks. And because I feel like he's dropped just a tiny bit, but who knows, he might have dropped a lot more in the picture, because you can really tell in the pictures just what the differences and whatnot. So we'll see what happens with that. And I've kind of thought that he has dropped down just because I'm getting a lot more lightning crotch. I mentioned that in a couple of videos back, that people call it lightning crotch, and it literally feels like someone just stabs you in the crotch. So I feel like I'm getting that a lot more when he stretches, when he really like stretches out, because his head is down and his feet are up here. When he stretches, it really feels like it's lightning crotch. So it's crazy. I had to stand up a couple days ago. It was really, really hurting super bad when he was like really moving around, because he was really just laying into me. So I had to stand and walk around. I had to walk around the house, and it was painful, and it wasn't happy. I wasn't a happy camper. So he's been doing a lot of that. He's been on my bladder, so I'm peeing all the time. I'm having to get up at night and go to the restroom, where I really haven't had to do that a lot, but here recently he's been really laying down there, so I have to go to the restroom a lot more and a lot more frequently. The other thing is that I've been snoring. He really still just gets really far up when I'm sleeping into my chest, and I can't breathe. So when I'm like laying down or sleeping or anything like that, well, when I'm sleeping, Kevin says that I start snoring. So the other night, poor guy, we're in bed, and he said I kept snoring, and he would wake me up, and I would turn over, and I would start snoring again. So he ended up going downstairs and sleeping on the couch, just because he's like, I can't sleep. And there was lightning going on, so he was just kind of like, between you and the lightning and the rain and everything that's happening, I can't sleep. So he went downstairs, which was kind of nice, just because I got the whole bed to myself. And then I was able to fall asleep and not have to worry about snoring and waking him up. So it was nice that he went downstairs and just left me with the whole bed. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. All of the things that have been going on with me lately, I, again, am so uncomfortable. I feel huge. I just feel, I'm like waddling almost already, and my feet hurt all the time, and I'm so tired, and I just feel like a hot mess. So thank you to the ladies that are leaving me comments. I appreciate it so much. It's helped out with just a couple different things that you guys have mentioned and stuff, keeping that stuff in mind. And I love hearing from you guys. I know I'm still pretty new on YouTube. I don't have a lot of followers or anything like that, but I appreciate just the likes and the comments, and anytime you share the video, it really helps me out. Almost forgot to do the video part of my belly, so I am going to show you this guy. Here he is, so big. You can see my pants now. They don't go as high as they used to. So this is him right now. Pretty far out there. He's pretty round too. So this is the belly. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys next week. Bye!